What's up, guys? Say goodnight to the bad guy because today we're discussing Scarface, an absolute gangster classic. Let's get into it.
So this one I watched over 100 times. It has to be. Sorry,
this has to be one of your top.
Yeah,
movies.
This movie is absolutely amazing. I would rank it up to like Goodfellas. Sorry, not Goodfellas. Bronx Tale or King of New York. But enough of that. Let's get into the budget. What's that budget?
So budget was $50 million, and then what was the gross?
So for Canada and the U.S. it was 46. Worldwide 46.5. Which is not bad at all. I think for its time it was overlooked because of the drugs and whatnot. But I do think at least it made a profit. It was a good movie. The game is amazing as well. And I thought the budget was done perfectly because they did have a lot of big name actors. But I'll let you say your opinion on the budget.
Yeah, I mean that's a high budget for the time, right? Mm-hmm. And it shows. I mean, set pieces are beautiful. Big name actors, effects are great. So there's nothing really. Everything was utilized perfectly. This is the gangster movie, right? This is probably the most quoted movie I hear, especially guys quoting all the time, right? So you hear it so many times everywhere. Yeah. You know, I growing up, high school. And actually, that's the first time I ever watched this movie. Was in high school. I remember we skipped class. We rented it on VHS. We skipped class and we hung out and ordered pizza and watched Scarface. And everybody wanted to be Scarface. And that's just it too. This is one hero that's not a hero, right? And I'm pretty sure that's what Brian De Palma wanted to show, that at the end of the day, the bad guy doesn't win, right? Let's talk about the actors because. Al Pacino,
That's enough said right there.
Yeah, that's all you have to. But obviously, Al Pacino carries that, that big shadow on everybody, right? But Michelle Pfeiffer, Steven Bauer did an awesome job. Chemistry on screen was excellent. It just made a great film, and everybody put their best efforts in. Al Pacino, Joe, just magnificent, excellent performance. With everything he does, right? We enjoy all of his films.
Yeah, I agree. Right? Like you recommended to me, *Scent of a Woman*, a great movie done by him. Going back to Steven Bauer, I thought he did an amazing role as Scarface's second hand. I think it was amazing that he did what he did. But I thought it was weird that I couldn't trust him enough to be with what's his sister's name?
Gina.
Gina. But I thought it was a good movie nonetheless. The storyline was amazing, but I'll let you start off with the storyline.
So the story was perfect. I mean, it was the rise to power and then the fall right after, right? And that's what you want to show in a movie like this too, because you don't want to, the bad guy obviously is not going to end up with everything he wanted, right? And there's certain parts of this movie you're just like, just stop now. Don't call Sosa. Yeah. Don't start a fight. Don't start anything. Just keep your millions and enjoy them, right? Yeah. But obviously that does not happen, and the outcome was Tony Montana did not survive unless you play the video game.
Yeah.
But storyline was great. It's your classic gangster flick, except with its own spin, more aggressive, I find, in some scenes, right? But what did you think of the story?
I agree too. Going through some of the scenes, like the one scene where his friend dies by the chainsaw right in front of him, but it was cool to see his rise. He put everything on the line, and then he all ruined it all by drugs. And like you said, the one scene where he had to blow up the car. If he did that, would he have still been where he is if not bigger? But I like the way what's his name? Sorry, Brian De Palma. I like the way he directed this movie and the storyline to this movie. So I have nothing else to say. But what do you say about the ending or your favorite scene?
So my favorite scenes, definitely, I would say, the ending.
The ending?
The very ending, the big shootout at the stairs, right? And then the final scene, Tony drops into his fountain, and, right there, end. That was definitely my favorite scene. The ending, again, too, it was a fitting ending because you can't, like the like the main character, even though he's a criminal, right? But at the same time, too, he's got to pay his dues, right? And his dues were, well, he didn't make it, right? So, how did you feel about the ending, and what was your favorite scene?
So favorite scene was when Tony's driving, and it was after he had dinner with Omar at I forget what club they would go to, and he's like, I want what's coming to me. And he's like, and then not Chi-Chi, Manny was like, and what's coming to you? The world, Chico, and everything
in it.
Yeah, great.
Classic line.
Yeah, exactly. I love that scene a lot. Now the ending, same thing. I thought it was amazingly done. He went out with a bang. The scene was done perfectly. And then, like you said too, I like how in the game now you can see what if he did survive. Yeah. He had to rebuild his empire and whatnot. So I thought it was a great ending and a great way to outlook for the game to take it from a different angle.
Yeah.
But let's bring the jam meter out for this one.
You know what, Ben? I'm gonna have to go 100% on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not my favorite or gangster movie. I do have one above that, and that movie, if I could, I'd give it 110%. But we're not gonna get into that because that'll be for further discussions. But yeah, 100%. Just a flawless movie. There's no complaints I can make about this movie, not even if I tried. And it's a movie that I'll continue to watch throughout the years, over and over again. What was your rating?
I agree 100%. I go with your theory or your explanation as well. With you have another movie that's just as good, which if I want to mention a little bit of, if you give me permission to give a hint, they made Wu-Tang made a song with one of the catchphrases from the movie itself, and I thought it was amazing. It was good.
Okay,
they
check that out.
They put a spin on it, which was good.
I like that.
Yeah, I think this deserves 100. I watched this 100 plus times. I watch a minimum twice a year. I have nothing bad to say. You want to send it off?
Yeah. So, I mean, guys, if you haven't seen Scarface, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, come on.
If you like this video, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, check us out on Reddit, on Instagram, and on Spotify. And as always, thanks for jamming with us.